morning and welcome to Live with Joy. I'm going to give it a few moments for everybody to find that post, and then we're going to go ahead and go on with what we're going to be doing today. You will see that I have some prompts, and I'm going to show you what those are in just a few moments as everybody starts to come on. But if you are starting to come on, you will notice that I have a chair. It could be any kind of kitchen or dining room chair that you are able to sit down on, okay? Not a high chair, you want it to be a standard chair, okay? You will also notice that I have a little step here, okay? So if you have a step, you're gonna grab that. If you don't have a step, no worries. What I'm gonna ask you to get is a large pot, either a higher one or a shorter one. That's gonna depend on what you want. You will be putting your foot on it and stepping up. So what you can do is turn the pot upside down. And this has worked well for working with my clients virtually at home to use as a step to work our balance and stability, which is what we're gonna be working today. So if you do not have a step handy, you're going to go and grab a big pot that you can turn upside down. And you are gonna want to have it also on a surface that is either a rug, or you can take your yoga mat and you can place it on your yoga mat. This way there is no slipping that's going to happen on the surface or damage on the surface where you put that pot, okay? So once again, as you guys are starting to come on, you do want to have a chair today and a step or some sort of a pot, okay? It can be, again, once again, you can see that these are different heights so that I can have one that's smaller to step up on, or I can have one that's bigger to step up on. And that's gonna depend on your strength and balance and stability as it is right now, okay? So if you don't know that you're gonna feel comfortable stepping up on a pot, make sure you grab one that is a little bit shorter, but that you are able to get your heel on. Your toes can hang off, that's totally fine, okay? The bigger the surface, the better, and then decide on the height of what it is that you want, okay? So once again, you wanna have that chair and you wanna have that pot or that step. I'm gonna put these pots to the side, and I will use those to demonstrate at times what it is that we're gonna be doing, okay? So let's just start by warming it up. What we are working today is balance and stability, and this is something that I get asked with my clients a lot to work on, because as we age, our balance and stability do wind up suffering, and it's not as strong as we would like it to be. So the focus is gonna be on building up the muscles around those joints that help us work balance and stability, which are gonna be the ankles, the knees, and also the hips. And we are gonna work it in a way where we're challenging our balance with each one of those moves that we're doing, okay? First thing we're gonna do is warm it up. So I'm gonna get that music started. And if you've got that chair, I'm gonna have you walk around to the front side of that chair. And this is where we're gonna start our warm up, getting those shoulders down to the flat to back, engaging that center and marching it out, right and left, right in front of that chair. Let's go 8 more. I'm gonna tap it back, right and left. In 4, 3, 2, let's tap it back. Tap back and start to move those arms slightly in front of you. So we just wanna get that body moving. We wanna start everything in that lower body warming up, and even that upper body with those arms pressing out. Now to the side, side step, side step. So move those arms out to the side as you side step. Let's go 4, 3, 2. Now tap that chair with the toes. Here, if it's too much to tap, just lift the knees if you can't get all the way up to tap that chair. If you can, all the way, tap, tap. You want to get those hips warmed up, because we're going to have some exercises where that foot is all the way up on the chair if you can get it there. So warming it up here in those pop-ups. Last 8, 7, we're gonna go back to those back taps in 4, 3, 2, let's tap it back and move the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, take it back to the side, tap. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to the toe taps, up. From here, we're going to start to break it down. 8 to 4 of each to 2 of each. In 4, 3, 2, tap it back. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, tap it to the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, tap those toes on the chair. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, tap it back just for 4, 3, 2, to the side, 4, 3, 2, tap it up for 4, 3, 2, tap it back, 4, 3, 2, to the side, 4, 3, 2, tap it up, 4, 3, 2, give me 2 taps, right, now side, right, now up, tap, take it back, to the side, take it up, take it back, last time, side, and up, and march it on that floor. Keep marching, roll those shoulders back, 4 times, 3 more, 2 more, take those legs out wide and hold, hands on those thighs, and hinge forward with a flat back. Let's hold, and roll it up halfway, stretch that spine, take that flat back down, roll it all the way up and allow that head to come up last. Let's roll the shoulders back. All right, first exercise, you're going to incorporate the chair. You're going to incorporate the step behind. So you're going to want to have either a step or a pot upside down on the floor behind the chair. But we're going to start on the front side. I'm going to show you the 2 exercises. First one, we're going to build ankle strength and a little stability up on our toes. So we're going to pop up onto our toes and sit down on that chair. So you're going to activate those calf muscles. You're going to work through those ankle movements to come up on your toes. That's your first exercise. Second exercise, where you have that pat or step, you're going to bring a heel to the front of the left foot. Right foot is going to come on the ball of the foot behind there. And what I want you to do is focus on this back leg, pressing the heel down and then lifting it up. That front foot is just going to stabilize that step or that pot as you come down up. If you can hold on, see I'm holding on to that chair, make sure I get nice ankle movement here through that back leg. And then on the second set, we'll switch it to the left leg that we're going to work that calf flexion and coming up and down, okay? So we're going to start seated and we're going to be popping up on those toes. 30 seconds and then we have 10 seconds to reset on the back for that single calf raise. So sit down on that chair, get ready to pop yourself up onto those toes in 3, 2, and go. So pop up on both of those toes right here. Even try to hold there for a moment and then sit all the way back down on that chair. If you're not comfortable coming to those toes, you can stay here without sitting it down and up and just go for regular calf raises. I'd like to see you do that. You can hold on to that chair and just do those calf raises if you're not comfortable from that seated position coming up and onto those toes. All right, but I want you to think about that. Lift up onto those toes every time. Get that last one in, and then let's walk around to the back. Left heel's gonna come to the front of that step or that pot. You have the ball of the toe with the heel hanging off, and we're focusing on that right leg. Let that heel come down. I want you to feel that stretch, and then I want you to lift up onto the toes of that back foot. Okay, so the focus is all in that heel that's hanging off. Front foot is just stabilizing, again, that step or that hop. And you just want to have that movement here. Now remember, we are trying to get nice movement through those ankles. This is functional training that's going to help you walk better, step up and down on those steps better, giving you more movement through those ankles. All right, last one. Bring it down, come back to the front, and now both feet are grounded, and we're popping up onto those toes right from that seat. Come on up, even try to hold there for a moment, and sit it down. You can move the arms like I am, or you can just keep those hands in front of you and pop up on the toes. If you don't want to worry about what the arms are doing, that's fine, okay? This is not about really picking up that intensity and going fast, like what we do then for cardio. We're thinking about that ankle movement, so we want to really use those muscles to pop up on those toes. And almost, again, remember, balance, so we want to catch ourselves there for a moment and get that last one in. Good, walking around. Now we want to take that right heel to the front, left ball of the foot to the back, And then lower that heel down, find that position that works for you, get that stretch. And then lift up as high on the ball of the foot as you can, activating through that calf. And I want you to think about getting that ankle movement. So how much flexion can you get with that heel coming down to get that stretch? Sometimes we're really tight in those calves, and then it doesn't allow the movement of those ankles. So we want to try to get more mobility in those ankles here by working through this range of motion here that we can get. Get that last one in, take it off, sit it down, and we're popping back up onto those toes. Right here from that seated position, again with or without that arm movement, to pop up on the toes, even balance and hold for a moment. Okay, you're really thinking about, again, balance and stability of the moves that you're doing today. This is to help make your training even better, your daily life even better. Okay, so if you can work that stability, the strength of the stability of those legs help your balance, your training, and your daily movements are going to get so much better, quality of movement so much better. Good, let's bring it around to the back, and we're going back to the right leg focus. So the left heel comes to the front, right is on the ball of that foot, press that heel down to get that nice stretch, lift up onto the ball of that foot, and again, lower down, get that stretch, and come on up. Find that range of motion. Let that heel come down as much as you can, and then come up as high on the ball of the foot as you can as well. Good, awesome work. Good, find that mobility, find that range of motion, and take it off, bring it to the front. One more time on the front, popping up onto those toes, up nice and tall, lift up onto those toes. Again, almost try to catch yourself on those toes, balance there for a moment, and then sit down. Okay, it's not about the intensity of the move, it's about the movement through the ankles. It's about the balance of catching yourself at the top. You're working on helping you, once again, in your walking movement, in your stepping up and down, going up those stairs and down those stairs. Bring that right foot, heel to the front, left heel, left ball of the foot on the back, and then right here. And also helping yourself so you have less falls, or you have strength and that stability to prevent those falls from happening. Lift. And then lower and press that heel down, really get that nice stretch. You want to try to move through those stiff ankles, so whatever movement pattern you have, that's it. Try to increase it as you gain flexibility through the joint. Good, all right, nice and easy coming off. Now you can keep your chair where it is. I am going to rotate it so you guys can see me sideways, okay? And I'm going to rotate my step like this, and I want my step or my pot somewhere away where I can hold on, but place my foot in the center of it. So find where you can go, okay? And then from here, we're going to work a step up pattern, okay? What I want you to make sure you have is just that heel on that step or that pot. Toes can be hanging off. It's as if that heel is going to be glued to that step the entire time, okay? And then from here, we're going to hold it up, and then we're going to be, actually I'm going to go on the other way because I want the closest foot to be here for the next one. We're going to hinge forward. Now you can hold on to this chair, see how I'm holding on to it? Or if you've got that balance and stability, you don't have to hold on, and you can just hinge forward from there, okay? All right, so we're going to start with the right foot on, which means I'm going to be this way. So if your right foot is on, you want to be having that right hand on the chair. So the closest leg that you're working, the hand is on, so you can hold on. Outside leg is the one that's not going to do anything. And we're going to just lift up and balance. Now again, you don't have to hold on to that chair. We're working pure stability to step up and down, okay? So get set. I'm going to set that clock, 30 seconds for that step up, and then 30 seconds for that hinge in 2 and 1. Go, you're on that clock. So remember, heel on that step or that pot. And you simply just want to lift and come down. Again, holding on to that chair if you need. If you don't have to hold on to that chair, then you're right here. And see how slow I'm going? Because it is about that balance and stability that I want to work. I don't want to just pop up and down and never give my leg a chance to balance. So that's what I'm trying to work at. Because after this, we got to hold it up. Now, if you're not comfortable holding it up on the step, do the next exercise on the floor, okay? So your foot can be here or on the floor. Hands is going to hold onto that step, onto that chair. As you hinge forward, body like a seesaw, and then come back up. Again, see how slow I'm going? I want to balance and stabilize on that leg that's on the chair. If you don't have to hold on to that chair, then you just let that other arm hang, okay? And then if you get unstable, that chair is there for you. Chair, hand on that chair if you need to. Okay, nice and easy. So I'm just holding on, but I'm still letting my leg take on the weight. So this is just helping to assist me holding on to that chair. We're going to come down. I'm going to walk around to the other side so that I can put my left foot on and hold on with my left hand. And now I'm just adjusting myself so that I can do that nice strong step up once again. And if I don't have to hold on, I've got that balance right here. And again, you can see my toes are hanging off. So if you've got that shorter part where your toes are hanging off, it's fine. I want the heel to be the main focus of what is on the surface of what you're lifting up to. As if that heel is glued. So when you come down, don't lift that heel off. Make sure that that heel is staying on there. That's one issue I see with my clients a lot, is they love to lift that foot once they come down. Keep it glued there, okay? Now you're gonna come up and hold, okay? If it's too much, just do this on the floor without being on that elevated surface. And once again, if you need to stabilize or assist, hold on to that chair with that hand as you hinge forward and come back up, okay? Nice and easy, you're here. If you don't need to, actually my hand's gonna just have in the same position, right here. And that chair is there if I have to hold on to, so if I feel like I'm getting unsteady, my hand's right there to hold on to that chair. If I don't have to, I'm trying to work with not holding on. And nice and slow. See, we want to work that stability. So this isn't a fast movement. It's nice and slow. Coming back to the other side so that my right foot, right heel comes in the center of that pot or that chair. And once again, I'm stepping up nice and slow. And I'm coming down nice and slow. And again, trying not to lift that heel as I come down. If you don't have to hold on, maybe you feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more stable, and you can do it without. But it's all about that nice, slow, and steady movement. I'm going as slow as I can, and the higher that riser is, of course, the more challenging it's going to be. So as you get stronger, you can make it more challenging by going higher if you have that opportunity to do so. Hold on to that chair. Right here, we're hinging forward, body like a seesaw. And rising back up. And again, you don't have to hold on to that chair. Just put that on at your side. Think about how stable that standing leg is right here. And as you go through these exercises, you'll see how balanced you are or you are not. These are going to give you that clue of whether you have good balance or you have to work on it. So this is going to be something that you might want to come back to if you find that you're struggling with it, okay? Left foot is coming on to that chair, once again, onto that step, holding onto that chair if you need to. And nice and easy right here. If you don't have to hold on to that chair, once again, we're right here. So the goal is to try not to hold on to that chair, but that chair is there for you. If you're not at a point where you feel secure enough or balanced enough to let go of that chair, that's why we have it there. Trying to work your way up to maybe at some point without that chair. Really working, stabilizing, and building the strength to balance and stabilize yourself coming up and down without that assistance. Good. Okay, we're going to lift up, and again, if you need, holding on. Get that stability in that standing leg, and getting ready to hinge forward, holding on to that chair for assistance if you need to. And once again, if you don't, take that hand, just take it off of that chair and let it hang to the side. But that chair is there if you need to grab onto it. If you're not comfortable on that elevated surface of that step, just push it aside and do it on the floor. Okay, obviously solid ground is going to be more comfortable, and then a step up is going to make it more challenging. So you can modify it by starting on that floor doing these exercises, which we usually do in class. Okay, so let's now set up for our next set of exercises. I'm gonna rotate the chair back. We're gonna use just the chair. Okay, we use just the step, now we're gonna use just the chair. Similar in exercises. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is get our, well, let's start with our left foot. So our right is gonna be the balance, okay? You're gonna put your left foot on the chair, hands are just gonna come up in front of you. And all you're gonna do is lift that foot up, see how I'm holding my balance and putting that foot down. Now, if you can't lift that leg up and maintain that balance, you're just gonna stay here and work this, just stay here and manage this position for now, okay? Until you can. Or you can start to just lift the heel up until you're ready to get the whole foot up. If you can't get the foot on the chair, you're just gonna work any lift, okay? Hold on to something if you need to. Second exercise from that chair, we're gonna hinge forward and kick that leg back. And then bring that knee up and back to the chair. So we've got to have this nice, strong movement. And if you don't have to hold on to the chair, then you're not going to hold on to the chair. This is going to give us a bigger movement from where we just were to get that knee up and back onto the chair. And again, if that's too much, you can start from the ground. And without that knee on the chair, just bring that leg up here, okay? All right, so first thing we want to do is get that left foot on the chair, stabilize strong through that left leg, and we're trying to lift that foot up and put it down. Hold it up for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then put that foot back down. Go. That's going to start all those stabilizing muscles in the right leg. Every time you lift that foot, that right leg has to stabilize to hold your position. And of course, you're going to switch sides, lift, hold, and then take it down. Good, manage it, breathe through it. You're gonna work that hip flexor as you lift that foot off. Good, stay right here, relax for a moment, watch me, I'm gonna show you again. Extend that leg back, lift up, and take that foot back to the chair. So now you're adding bigger movement here. And you've got to lift through those hip flexors to take that foot back to the chair, all the while that you're balancing on that leg, okay? And that chair is there for you to hold on to, so as soon as you need to hold on, go ahead. And if you don't have to hold on, you can keep the hands right here and extend it back, maintaining that balance. Come up and put that foot back to that chair. And let's take that foot off, switch, go to the other side. So first thing you have to do is stabilize in that standing leg. Once again, if it's too much from the step, just lift the knee from the floor. Right here, we're lifting that foot up, holding for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then taking it back down. Every time you lift, you work through that hip flexor, and the balance and stability on that left needs to hold you there while you take that foot up. So we're trying to work some hip mobility and stabilize on that opposite side. Good, get that last one in. And now let me remind you of the exercise. You're lifting that foot up and extending it back now. Bringing it back in and up high enough to put onto that chair. And again, if that's too much, you can just take it from the floor with a straight leg right here, grabbing onto that chair as soon as you need to. And if you don't have to use those hands, you're going to keep them right where they are as you extend that leg back, drive that knee up and back onto that chair. So yeah, challenging that balance and stability and also working that hip mobility here through the front and back of those hips. Good, take it back onto that chair and back to switching out to the other leg. So just one more set on each side. Get yourself in a position where you feel stable. If you can, lift and hold for about 2 or 3 seconds and back down. And this is going to be one of those classes that you're going to want to keep saving so that you can keep going back to it and you want to watch how that balance starts to improve. So I want you to remember where you're at today in working these exercises. How balanced and stable are you? If you're really unbalanced and unstable, I want you to try to make improvements by coming back to this. This is something that you've got to practice and work on now. Okay, lift that foot up, extend and lengthen back. Take that foot all the way back up and onto the chair. And again, holding on as you extend back if you need to. But again, if you don't have to hold on, we're going to work that movement without holding on and taking that foot all the way right back up into that chair. Good, and last one. And we switch that foot out. Once again, stabilizing on the other side. Okay, just here if you need to. Lifting the knee from the floor, or if you can, lift 2 or 3 seconds and put it back down onto that chair. More seconds, almost there, and then one more set on this side. You got extension back. Good, all right, from here, take a moment, and let me remind you, you're lifting up. We're extending and lengthening back, hands on the chair if you need, for that assistance, and then back up, okay? Or holding on, and just coming from here, right? Or coming up and down. If you can, even without those hands, all the way back to that chair. That's going to be your hardest one. Extending and lengthening back. And then rising up. And look at how slow and controlled I'm going. Because this is about balance and stability. Strength is happening as well. But we want it through really super controlled movements. All right, good job. Get some water if you need it. And we're going to reset that clock. All right, I'm just going to push this a little bit, and you're going to have your pot or your step to the side of that chair once again. Make sure that that step is in range, that when you put your foot sideways, so now I'm sideways, and my foot is parallel to the chair sideways, okay? We're going to do a step up from the side now, so it's going to look like this. And same thing, if you've got that foot on the pot, those toes could be hanging off, heels are on, okay? Right here, I've got my whole foot on here, but what I want you to think of is that heel never comes up. And this is another exercise that everybody wants to lift that heel as they come down. I want you to imagine that that heel is glued to that step, and we're coming super slow, especially as we come down, we're sitting in that heel, okay? Not allowing that heel to come up. Second exercise, we're gonna stay right here. Stabilize that leg as we work through the side of that hip for that hip abduction. Now, once again, if you do not have to hold on to both of those moves, we're going to really maintain that balance, okay? But that chair is there for you if you need to hold on. All right, so let's start with that right foot. I'm going to turn around, so you're going to see from this side to my right. Okay, this way I can hold on if I need to. And we're going to lift up, and you're going to notice, especially from the back, how my heel stays glued. It does not lift up, okay? Get set. And go. You are on that pot. So again, that heel, imagine that it is glued on that pot or onto that step. And I'm going to try not to hold on, but that chair is there for you if you need to. So you're working with the leg that is closest to the chair where you can grab on. And again, this is about balance and stability. So it's not how fast I can come up and down. It's actually how slow and controlled can I move through this. So the slower I actually come down here, the more I'm going to work that balance and stability. Good. And then we're going to come up. And again, if you need to hold on, find where you can put that foot. The other one's hanging off that pot to the side of the pot or that chair. And then we're out and in as you stabilize to that standing leg. And again, if you don't have to hold on, right here, nice and strong. Good. Feel that standing leg having to maintain your balance and hold you steady. Good. Lower down, and we're gonna switch. The same thing on the other side. Make sure that heel is on that pot or that step or riser that you have. Holding on if you need to, coming up. Remember, we want to imagine that that heel is glued. It cannot come off of that step, especially as you come down. That's where it wants to lift up, and it's actually going to cheat your muscles and your balance and stability that you're trying to work. Okay, so really think about it. Move through this slowly, taking your time. You don't have to do that many within that 30-second time, especially if you're going slow. So really make them quality moves here. Good. Now we're going to lift and stabilize the outside leg hanging to the side of that pot or chair, holding on the pot or step rather, holding onto the chair if you need to, and just taking that leg gently out to the side, nice and slow as you maintain balance in that standing leg. And I'm going to try not to hold on, but that chair is there for you if you need to. That's why we have it. If you're not balanced, it's better to hold on. Work on stabilizing that leg. It's still going to work even if you're holding on, okay? And eventually, you'll get it strong enough to where you can hopefully let go and maybe get a couple of movement patterns in without holding on. All right, let's turn around and do the other side again. Get that whole foot on there. Make sure that that heel is glued. Again, holding on if you need to. Lifting up, nice and strong. Make sure you're not popping that knee at the top. That it's super controlled. So another thing I don't want to see is that jerking movement up. So that how slow and steady. Using those muscles can be coming up and coming down. It's not going to be easy if those muscles are not strong enough in those legs, but you're going to try to build them there, okay? So do the best you can, hold on. That will help if your legs aren't strong enough yet. Good. When you're ready, come on up, stabilize, hold on if you need to, get that strong standing leg, and then that hip is coming out and in. If you don't have to hold on, right here. Good. Find that steadiness. Pick somewhere to focus on with your vision. And think about how steady and strong that standing leg can be. Good. Gently come on down. And we're switching. Final side right here. Get that foot on. Make sure the heel is glued. And coming up. Once again, holding on if you need to. And again, trying not to, only if you can maintain that balance. Again, think about that heel because you are not even going to be aware of it. That heel is going to try to lift as you come down. Especially once that foot gets to the floor. That foot's going to automatically want to come up that heel, okay? I want you to keep it glued so that there's always contraction in that side. That side is always thinking about digging that heel in. Good, come on up. Get your balance and stability. Hold on if you need to. If not, balancing, maintaining, and then moving right here. Good, get that last one in gently, come on down. And we're gonna move back to the chair works, and we'll just move this back a little bit, all with the chair. Watch me, okay? So this is gonna be your more advanced movements, okay? I'm gonna give you some options here, okay? If you are not ready to do the staggered stand, stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down with both legs, work on getting them strong, okay? If you can. Right foot's going to start flat, left foot's going to be on the heel. So see how my toes are up? Now I'm going to keep both heels digging into that floor, but this entire foot stays flat. And I want to try and lift up through that flat-footed leg, more so than that left, the one that's on the heel. So I really want to put the energy into that flat leg to lift me up. This is going to make that one leg bring you up even stronger, okay? And then we are going to step that right foot forward and take that left foot onto the chair. Now watch me. You can simply be here if you need to, okay? Next option is going to be to bring that knee up and then take that foot back to that chair all the while we are standing strong through that right side, okay? So we're going to add that movement if we can. We're going to not add the movement if we simply need to just work on getting balanced right here. And if for some reason that is all too much, stay on the floor and just bring your knee up from the floor, okay? So you've got some options, even if you're not ready to get that foot up on that step, okay? So let's sit down. Now remember, if you're not ready for the staggered stance, then you're just coming up and down. I can also give you one more elevated move. If you are strong here and you feel like that's super easy, well then get that leg off the floor, and now you're gonna work on standing up and sitting down only with that one leg, okay? So staggered stance, one leg up, or again, both feet down and just stand up and sit down with both if that's where you need to be today, okay? In 3, 2, and 1. Right foot is flat, left foot is on the heel for that staggered stance. And think about really extending up to that right leg, the one that's flat. And once again, if that's feeling easy for you, start to walk that foot out a little further and even passively get that heel up and off of the floor so that you're standing and sitting completely with that one leg, okay? But if you find you're not quite ready there, okay, work on maybe lifting as you come up, putting the heel down as you come down. You play with it, okay? Come on up. Step that right foot in front. Get that left foot onto the chair if you can. If not, starting on the floor. Right here if you can. You're already going to feel that you've got to balance and stabilize. Now if you can, get that knee up into those hands. Put that foot back and onto that chair. So I'm pointing my toe so that it's easy for me to come back to the chair here. And if you needed to have another chair in front of you, you could do that, right? You can start there, or again, if you can't get that foot on the chair, maybe you can work that knee here, but you can't work it from up here. Or maybe you just want to stay right here and not add that movement yet, okay? All right, moving to the left side. So the left foot's going to be flat, the right foot is going to be on the heel in that staggered stance, and we want to think about standing up more so through that left leg to come up and down. And again, if that's too hard, then both feet are flat and you're just doing a regular standing sit. If this is too easy, then you want to play with lifting that heel up as you stand or as you sit, or for both. And now you're going to use that entire leg only to lift up and down. And that's going to make it a lot harder, right? But at any point, if that's too much, just drop that heel back down and we're back in that staggered stance. And the closer that heel is to your body, the easier it's going to be, okay? Come on up. Now we want to take that left foot in front, right foot on the chair, and I'm pointing my toe, the laces of my shoes are on that chair, and I'm going to move through a knee coming up, and then take it back to that chair. All the while trying to balance as I move. Now once again, if the movement is too much from the chair, just take that foot back to the floor instead of the chair. If you want to be on the chair but you're not ready to move, you can just be working on stabilizing here without the knee, and then that would be your next step to work on more balance and progress to that next level. Good, nice and easy. We're going to come down. We're back to right leg focus, so that right foot's going to be flat, left foot is going to be on that heel, and the closer that heel is to the chair in your body, the easier it's going to be. You want to make it harder, start walking that heel out further away, and get more weight into that right leg as you lift up and you come down. Think about the energy of that right leg pushing you up. Almost try to put as little force into that floor with that left leg as you can, and as you get stronger. Good, get that last one up. Good, we want to step that right foot in front, get that left lace of the shoes onto that chair. And again, you're either going to stay right here. If you can't maintain this, or bring that knee up and lace this back to the chair if you can. Or again, simply take that foot to the floor. If you're not comfortable bringing that foot back to that chair. Good, we're gonna finish up with that left side. Left foot flat, right foot on that heel. Getting ready again to think about that left leg, really pushing to lift you up, putting as little weight and pressure on that right heel as you can. Think about this heel as a kickstand. It's just assisting you, it's not doing the work. It's the left leg that's doing the work. And again, think about slow, really push and lift. Think about those muscles really having to activate to bring you up here. And again, if it winds up becoming too easy, you just lift that foot off the ground and really try to lift and lower with that one leg. All right, step that left foot in front, right foot comes behind you, laces on the chair or foot on that floor. And then again, you're staying here. We're adding that movement right here. Good, let's get that last one in and relax. All right, resetting that clock. We got one more thing that we're gonna do and they're just holding. So whenever we work on balance, we also wanna work just holding. Even though we've been stabilizing the entire time, I want you to think of just freezing your body in position, okay, of where you're holding that stable and steady leg, okay? So we're gonna start with the right foot standing. We're going to take our hands on the chair and take that left leg up. And you're just going to stay right here. And if you can, bring your hands into prayer, only if you feel stable. If not, we're doing it over the chair so you can stay right here and hold on to that chair the entire time if you need to. Then we're going to come around to that chair. We're going to work on the same leg, bringing me up. I'm just going to show you from this side, okay? We're going to be on the same leg. Bringing me up, and then again, if you can, prayer position here, okay? Same leg, we're gonna do it twice. One on each side, and you're done, okay? Let's start with that. Right leg is gonna hold you. Hands gonna be on that chair. Kick that leg up into position right here. Straighten out both legs. Get set, and we're holding right there. Now again, if you can, start to see if you can bring those hands into prayer, but only if you're steady. If not, grab onto that chair, hold there. If you can, right here. Think about extending that back leg and just holding that balance. Look somewhere on that chair and just try to focus yourself. You've got 30 seconds in this position. Good, stay here. We're gonna switch legs, then we'll go to the back, okay? So hands are gonna come down, get that right leg up, hold it steady, take those hands in prayer only if you can. If you start to become unstable, grab onto that chair, that is why it is there for you. Look somewhere at that chair, breathe, find a focal point. And gently come up. Good. Let's walk to the back. Now we're going to start with our right leg, the one that we started with. Holding on if you need to. Lift up. Get that knee up. And then holding on if you need, or bringing those hands into prayer in front of that body. And stabilizing right here in that upright position. And make sure you are breathing. And nice and easy, come down. We're gonna rotate around. Now I've got my left leg on the step or on that cot. Coming up, lifting that knee up, staying, holding on if I need. Right here, hands in prayer, and holding. almost there. Finish it out right here. 2, and release. Awesome job. You're gonna stop that time. We're just doing 1 set on each side right there. And I want you to now take a seat into that chair. And right here, if you can, you're going to lengthen out first that right leg, or right leg, so I'll do this side. Right here, cross your hands so that the opposite hand is on the bottom of the leg that's extended, and start to hinge yourself forward. You're not trying to reach for the toes, you're just trying to hinge forward, but I also want you to press those toes in towards you so you feel the lengthening out of the back of those legs, so just right there. And then rise up, open up that chest, pull that leg in, extend the opposite leg from me to the left, cross the hands over so the opposite hand is on the bottom, hinge forward at the same time. I want you to press those toes in towards you. So again, I'm not trying to reach for the toes. I'm hinging straight forward and over that foot. At the same time, lengthening out the back of my leg. And come on up, open up that chest. I want you to do that one more time on each side. Cross it, hinge forward. Breathe through it. Come on up, open up, and go to the other side. One more time, hinge forward. And come on up, open up, stay right here, pull it in, and relax. Now, if you can, this isn't if you can, take that leg up here and give it a little press through that hip, okay? If that's too much, just cross over here and open up, put that leg down a little bit, okay? Up here, if you can, a little push. You might not even have to push. Just getting up here might be enough stretch for you. If you can put a little pressure here, do so, okay? And then lift that foot and put it down. And again, either cross it over, press down here, or if you can, lift it up, give a little push in here. And release. We're going to come to the back of that chair for our final stretches. What I'm going to have you do back here, and I'll show you, cross your right leg over your left. I'll come to the side. You can be to the back or the side like me. And we're going to lift up and just get a nice little stretch holding onto that chair in case you feel unbalanced. Lower down. And again, lift, lengthen and stretch. And lower down. When you come to the other side, cross over that left. Lift that left arm up and hinge. Really feel that lengthening out right here. Good. And lower down one more time. Lift, lengthen, and release. And release. And you guys are all done. Fantastic work today. I hope you enjoyed that balance and stability using a little bit of props from our home because we don't have a gym, so we don't have those different things. So it's very easy to grab a few materials from your house. We used a chair and a pot today, or if you had a step, you were able to use that. But a pot works just the same, upside down, giving yourself a flat surface to put your foot on. Remember, when you're doing these controlled movements, it's slow, it's steady. You want to stabilize. That's what you're working on. Okay, awesome, awesome job. Tomorrow we are going to go to upper body focus, so we will be doing strength for the upper body. Okay, awesome work today. Again, if you want to improve on this, you have to practice it. So save it or come back to this page, click on videos, and it will be there for you. Tomorrow I am on location at the JCC. 9:30 is our start time. I will also be virtual, but if you want to do live in person with me, you do need to register for that class at the MIYJCC.org. Go on there. There'll be instructions on how to sign up and register for that class so that you can either do it in person with me outdoors or you can do it live with me tomorrow at 9:30, okay? Awesome, awesome job today, guys. I hope you enjoyed balance and stability today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.